Hi, I'm Arunima Sinha. I'm an educator, TEDx speaker and a writer. Today's video is video on demand. Okay. So let's find out the relationship that you're considering. Is it just infatuation or is it something substantial and enduring as love? So I'm going to give you 6 sure signs wherein you can find out, are you actually in love? Okay, so this is from your side. Are you actually in love? And the part 2 of the video will talk about whether the other person is worth considering or not. Okay, so yes, let's start with the 6 sure signs of being in love. And even before I start with the first sign, I must clarify one thing, that gender does not distinguish between emotions. Okay, so if there's someone who's telling you, I'm a guy, I feel like this, so of course there can be some emotional differences because of the stereotyping, because of the the way we have been socially conditioned, but emotions and love are just the same for both the genders, for all the genders. I'm sorry. So the first point that I really want to start with is focus. When you think about this person, let's do this as an exercise. If you want, you just take your time off. Okay, I'm giving you some time. You just think about this person. Take 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Don't take a very long time. Okay, think about this person. What are the first 3-4 things that you think about? Is it just the physical aspects that come into play? Okay, how tall is he? How pretty is she? Or such long hair she has, her dimples are nice and all those things. What a heavy voice he has and stuff like that. So in the 15 seconds, if these are the only things that come to your mind, it's fine, don't watch the video ahead, because these are not signs of being in love. Okay. However, in these 15 seconds, the first thing that came to your mind was how happy I feel when I'm along with her or along with him, or how content we are when we are together. And I'm not even talking about a relationship which has moved ahead and has been there for years or months. I'm talking about even the initial phase. Do you feel that happiness, that contentment? So where does your focus go when you are thinking about this person? Are you just stuck on the physical things, or are you going beyond it? Is there an emotional or even further spiritual connect between the two of you? That you can find out. So the second point that I want to talk about after this is future. How do you perceive your future with this person? Okay, so do you see this person in your future? Okay, and in what competence do you see this person when you think about your future? Do you see this person consistently there, or are you still between shayad and maybe, and if the parents allow, and so on and so forth? So then please settle down and understand that you need to rethink. Okay, because if there is something like confusion, then I'm not saying it's not love, but you definitely need to settle down with your ideas, whether you want to move ahead with it or not, because there should be no confusion. Don't put the other person also in confusion. The third point, and it's a very, very relevant and very important point, just if I had to say one point how to find out if you're in love or not, this would be this, the third point. So the third point is inspiration. Okay, inspiration is a part only of love. Okay, inspiration is an important component of love. It's not an important component of anything like infatuation, fascination, or any other kind of connect. If you are inspired to make a better life for yourself after falling in love, then this is love. Okay, so when you really start liking someone, even when you are in infatuation, what happens is you start making your own set of dreams. Okay, so maybe this person is from a different community or whatever are the differences. So then you think that I'm going to do this and prove to my parents that I'm very serious about this person, so then I'll be able to say yes, I can marry this person. But dreams are there, very nice. Are you able to put them into action? If you've been able to put them into action, then you can go ahead. Then this is love. If you've been inspired enough, then this is love. Because, and even Bhagavad Gita talks about it, the difference between moh and prem. Okay, so when you are in moh, that is affection, then you will just dream. But when you are into love, then you will be action-packed. You will just go on and put all these things into action and do anything and everything to bring that, to occur. Then I move on to the fourth point, wherein I talk about this idea. We talk about self, of love as kind of a synonym for self-sacrifice. You keep sacrificing things, keep sacrificing your life for another person. Okay, partially it may be true. It may be synonymous. Sacrifice may be synonymous with love. However, please remember one thing, that it cannot be all sacrifice. Okay, when you are in love, you don't forget yourself. If you have to erase yourself for someone, you better leave the relationship at that point itself. Okay, so then it is not going to be love. Sooner or later this relationship is going to break down. And then coming to the fifth point, maybe some people will not agree with me on this. There may be a lot of suffering in love when you are separated, when there is some kind of confusion. But overall, think of the general pattern. Okay, have you been happy because of this relationship, or have you been more sad? Is it all sadness? If this is all sadness, all suffering, just leave it. Okay, if this is all sadness, all suffering, no understanding, no comprehension of each other, it's not worth it. So it's a big red flag. And the final and the most important thing that I want to talk about is, which is so contradictory, is that when you are in love, you let the other person go. You let go. Yes, when you are in love, you can let the other person go. And what do I mean by that? When you are in love, what you call in Hindi, there should be no bandhan or bondage. Love is another name for freedom. If you are ready to let the other person go, despite all the pain and suffering it's going to bring about in you, then you are actually in love. Because it matters a lot that the other person who stays with you is really emotionally attached and involved with you. So these are the 6 sure signs. Let me know if you think you are into love, and please do share with others. But I think I wanted to let this out to the world. A lot of teenagers, from being a student myself to catering to this adolescence batch ever since, it's been like more than 10 years now, I believe, I've always seen people in high level confusion. So I really wanted to sort that out. Please share this with others and let me know what you think, if there are any additions you want, and do share about your idea as well if you found out the answer. And I'll see you with the next video very soon. I promise, before the Valentine's Day, before you finally go and the final thing is done, about whether the other person is liable to be in love with you or not. Thank you so much.